Alright, good morning. Today I'll be going through the campaign of Path of Exile and actually paying attention to the story for once. So let's get started. I've reserved a name, hopefully nobody steals it.
Why do the keen of mind seek to satiate their curiosity in darkness and depravity? Innocence is our father. Oriath is our mother. When a daughter strays from the light, she makes herself an orphan. Learn well the lessons that Wraeclast will teach you, witch. It is your only hope of finding your way home.
So we are being exiled to Wraeclast for witchcraft, presumably.
The very sand shivers with malice. There's a power here that welcomes me.
And there's another exile here. Let's talk to him.
You and I, we're the only ones that made it to shore. Alive, anyway. This place is crawling with criminals. Find something you can defend yourself with. That'll do for now. I thought I saw some smoke rising just north of here. Could be worth checking if...
Oh no, our friend is dead.
The dead will soon rise for me, not against me.
Alright, so we have our first skill gem. We can now cast a fireball. And we'll just try to make our way through the beach. I think we can skip the tutorials though. I know how to play the game. I don't believe there's any dialogue in the tutorials. It's just a bunch of pop-up menus. And as we get to the town, there's a giant person / monster blocking the way. So we'll take care of him.
And I thought I'd be a dead woman by now.
You could barely hear that, but he said, "You got the big bastard." So now we need to talk to Tarkley for our reward.
Fine work with Hillock. Where'd you learn to fight like that? No, forget I asked. We exiles have no history. Dominus took it from us when he had his blackguards dump us in the water out there. Here, got something for you. Should help you kill a few more of those undead bastards. Don't bother thanking me. The way I figure it, the longer we fighters live, the longer everyone lives.
I like how he says blackguards. Alright, we can get a freezing pulse here. That's probably our best bet for now.
Greetings.
I guess we could ask him about Lioneye's watch.
Founded by Marseus Lioneye as a supply station for his campaigns against the Karui. In its day, Lioneye's watch could be defended by just a small garrison of well-armed legionnaires. What have I got? A handful of starving criminals with driftwood clubs and rusted hatchets.
Drowned dead. Yeah, let's ask about the undead.
The Eternal Empire has some right nasty leftovers. Whether it's something in the air or in the water, no one stays dead in Wraeclast. Not the first time. Can take a little while, but sooner or later corpses wake up and go looking for breakfast.
Oh, this is interesting. I didn't even know this. There is actually a zombie apocalypse going on in Wraeclast, where if you die, you eventually become a zombie. That's so cool.
Stay sharp out there.
A wayfish, waterlogged witch, washed up in Wraeclast. That's the first line of the poem I'm writing about you, Exile. Easy go. You could scorch a bloke with a look like that. Name's Bestel, captain of the good ship Merry Gull. At last, my Merry Gull is gone. My crew is gone. But my wits remain, after a fashion.
Alright, let's ask him about the drowned dead as well.
Errol, the Merry Gull's cook, washed up on the rocks over yonder. Dead as a doornail he was, buried him myself. Then, a few days later, I see him on the beach. A little worse for wear, but upright, shuffling about. A land full of disturbing surprises, this Wraeclast.
I saw what you did to Hillock out there, Witch. Your black art is the reason you're here, in exile. It may also be the only thing that allows you to see another dawn. I'm Nessa, and I suppose I should thank you for ridding us of that putrid giant. Back in Oriath, I judged your kind without hesitation. In Wraeclast, I don't have that luxury. Lion Eye's watch isn't much, but it's ours. We could use you here, while you live. But should you wish to venture out, do just one thing for me. Out on the coast, amongst the wrecks, there must be a ship's medicine chest. I have many to care for, and there's only so much I can do with herbs and seawater.
Alright,
care.
we have our first quest. Actually, we need to talk to Bestel first. But Nessa wants us to get the medicine chest.
There's an island, a hop, skip and a wade offshore of the terraces. That's where my Merry Gull ran aground. Watched the locals spit roast the ship's doctor, but his medicine chest might still be there, amongst the splinters and bones. It'd have everything Nessa might need. Dr. Shaky Hands Opton was lousy with a scalpel and even worse with a saw, but he knew his apothecary. Explains the shaky hands, if you ask me.
Alright, so we're actually getting the medicine chest from his old ship. Alright, let's get some starter gear equipped. I've prepared some of this in advance, so we don't have to worry about the actual character build in this playthrough. We're probably just gonna demolish everything. Let's put that in the inventory. And this. You know what? I'll come back for these later. We need level 10 for these. This is definitely worth equipping right now. Now we're greatly overcapped on resists. And we should have more than enough damage to deal with anything. Probably not gonna need a flask at this rate, but it's whatever. I'll take some spell damage at first. Alright, let's try to find that medicine chest.
I know that stench. Just like my sisters. Upon the pyre.
So they do burn witches in this universe. There is a lore item up here. We could click that and listen to that. Let's do that.
Khan's canoe struck this sand with the force of destiny. At his beck, the greatest war host in Kardui history tamed the wild sea, their canoes coupling with the land one by one. Lion Eye's gemlings met us with shining metal and bold words. Hyri's arrows withered their pride, Calm's axis silenced their despair. Marseilles Lion Eye fought bravely to the last. Calm honored him with a place on his belt. Calm has shown Wraeclast our Karui strength. Calm will teach Wraeclast the Karui way.
Alright, so we've heard about Marseus Lioneye before already. He seems to be a former general, maybe? And Kaum is a Karui warrior. Maybe demigod, I'm not sure yet. Karui is a race of people in this universe, I guess. They're loosely based on Maori culture from New Zealand. Or at least inspired by them. Right, we have Hailrake over here. He's also a cold caster.
To learn is to live.
And we got the medicine chest. There's another lore item that I like to listen to over here.
Calm has removed the eternal stain from this coast. The Empire's citizens decorate our meeting houses with their heads. Our warriors build homes for our families. Our families till the earth, fish the waters, fill the air with song. The Karui way is yet a seedling here, but it grows, gains in pride and power every day. Calm has kept his promise. The time of the Karui has come.
Alright. Let's hand in the medicine chest.
I'd almost stopped believing in miracles. This medicine chest, it's greater than the serums and salves it holds. It tells us that we can do more in Wraeclast than merely suffer. I've not much to offer in return, but please, take something in thanks for what you've done.
I don't think any of these skill gems are going to be useful, but I'll just take one and throw it away.
So, you managed to salvage Shaky Hand's druggery. Nicely done. Nessa will put it to good use. More than that benumbed quack Optin ever did.
Benumbed quack.
Got a job for you, if you're willing. There's a pool near the mudflats needs investigating. You'll smell it before you see it. Stinks like a carcass in high summer, but that's not the worst of it. Dead birds walking. Animals don't rise up again the same as people do here. So if they aren't raising themselves, what's doing it for them? The answer's in that fetid pool. Clear the place out and kill whatever's raising those rowers. We've got enough living dead to contend with already.
Alright. There seems to be a necromancer somewhere. Let's ask about the cannibals, actually.
Though they might look like you or I, behind those eyes there's nothing but darkness and hunger. Whatever's got inside those folks is not even close to being human. Farewell.
Alright. Anything else here?
Yes?
We could ask the NPCs about each other, but I think we want to focus on just going forward right now. Now this part right here, this is not related to the main story. This is the League mechanic, but I guess we'll listen to that as well.
You seem sane enough to understand. Look to the wall ahead and know that I speak the truth. Creatures from another world are invading Wraeclast, and we'll all be swarmed under soon enough. Unless we do something. Take this graft. It will meld with your essence and alter you, allowing you to wield our flame against the invading Hiveborn.
So we just attach an extra hand to our back. No big deal.
Oh, good. You survived the melding. Now test your new self. Wield the flame against that wall.
Oh good, I survived the melding. She wasn't sure I was gonna survive
Use the
even.
flame to destroy the wall. By the Dreamer, you did it!
When she says the Dreamer, that is actually Chayula, one of the Breach Lords. And apparently she's working for them.
You wield the flame well enough. Welcome to the war. I am Aelith, founder of the Keepers of the Flame. I must return to our monastery for now to attend my duties, but I will rejoin you again, soon. When you encounter the Hiveborn, I will be there. You will not be alone in this fight. Fight for Wraeclast.
Alright, let's enter the mudflats. We need to search the mudflats for the entrance to the fetid pool. There's also one of these Hiveborn encounters here. But I think we'll skip the League mechanic for now and focus on the main thing. We find a glyph that looks like a shell and a Roa nest. The Roas are these bird creatures that are charging at me. Although it's kind of hard to see because the League mechanic is obscuring everything. Which is probably... I think the League mechanic is a bit much. Like these walls. They do kind of clutter the maps. We found another glyph that also looks like a shell. And a third. We now have the 3 seashells, so we don't need toilet paper. So I could go this way. I think I will actually go this way first, because that's where I need the shells, but we need to return to the mudflats to break some eggs. There's a strange glyph wall. We put the seashells there, and it opens the submerged passage. And I'll just grab the waypoint real quick, and then go back. Alright, that was breaking some eggs. This is a dirty job, the optional quest. I had them backwards. So we need to take care of an undead threat in this area. There's undead Roa in addition to the normal zombies.
I think this Wraeclast will serve.
We're level 5, so we can equip a better amulet. And for this quest, we need to clear every single monster in the area. And there's a necromancer. Cadaverous, the Defiler. Wipe out the remaining monsters.
Everything dies.
She's not wrong. Some things even die multiple times. I might have missed some charging Roas, or maybe it's just in this area up here. Yeah, it's this area. And just like that, the fetid pool is no longer that fetid. Looks nice in here now. I forgot to bring portal scrolls, so I'm just gonna head over to the waypoint. And I will get some portal scrolls from my stash. Oh, let's listen to this as well.
Black storms descend on us from the north. Unnatural tempests of rage and hatred, lashing our backs, tearing at our houses. The rain is shot with shadow. It withers our crops, sickens our livestock. And the wind carries with it a restless spirit that breeds melancholy and madness. A spirit that creeps through our dreams, weaves tales of misdeed around our resting minds. We try not to listen. We try to remember ourselves. Some of us forget. Brothers fight. Brothers die. Calm punishes those that quarrel, that steal, that murder. Yet still the nightmares goad us into malefaction. We Karui are banished from sleep.
So the Karui are being plagued by some kind of nightmare. That seems to affect all of them. Let's head back to town.
Now that you've drained that passage, best I warn you about something. I was running down a wounded rower one night's eve when I glimpsed something in that waterlogged cavern. Looked a bit like a sand spitter, only the size of a bloody ox. I reckon it's nesting down in those flooded depths somewhere. If you're going that way, then do us a favor. Spill the old shield crab's guts before it gets hungry and comes looking for us.
Alright, we have a quest to kill a crab. That is a really big crab, though. I'm gonna take Orb of Storms here, because that will be useful later when I switch to Spark. And let's do Frost Blink as well.
A necromancer? Just the one, was it? Guess the bastard got a bit lonely, decided to make himself some pets. Well, good to see you don't mind getting your hands good and filthy. Here, to mark a dirty job well done. I've traveled inland on the Emperor's Road via Prisoner's Gate. Had to skirt around Axiom Prison. That's the holdfast of Brutus the Warden. Bloody treacherous trip it was. Worth it? There's forest inland. Game, berries, fruit. More food than we can scrounge here. But most here wouldn't survive the journey. Would be a damn sight easier if we could pass through the prison. Tell you what. You carve us a path up the coast, find us a way past or through Brutus, and you'll have more than a few lives owing to you.
Alright, so we're gonna help the townspeople get through the prison so they can get to greener pastures. To be able to hunt some game, get some, forage some fruit and stuff like that. Let's ask him about the Roas as well.
Roas? Overgrown chickens with a murderous streak. If you're not careful, they'll talon your guts out and snap them up like big fat worms. That said, be sure to rifle through their nests if you get the chance. Roas are like magpies, attracted to what shines. Stay sharp out there.
Hello.
Made any progress?
I'm gonna ask Bastola about surviving Wraeclast as well.
One day we'll be strong enough to make our way inland. Build new lives on the carcass of a dead empire. It's why God sent us maggots here. Isn't it?
Yeah, so there used to be a thriving empire in Wraeclast, but it has fallen somehow. And these are... I guess they're mostly exiles from Oriath. Maybe some of them have survived since the Empire as well, but I'm not sure. I don't know the time frame, actually. I don't know how long ago this empire existed. It might be super ancient. I'm gonna check my path of building real quick. I'm just gonna go straight for the herald nodes here. So I'm gonna... Actually, I should grab some life, I guess. Don't need this anymore. Alright, let's head back to the submerged passage and look for the Dweller of the Deep. After I adjust my skills a bit. There we go. We're gonna ignore the breaches for now. That's the League mechanic. Not really part of the story. But I will engage with some of them later just to get some grafts, because they're pretty good. We found the flooded depths. I'm going the wrong way. The Dweller of the Deep is actually an essence. I wonder if that's a permanent change or just a random thing. Whispering Essence of Hatred. I think he was an essence in my first character of this league as well. That might be something they changed fairly recently. Because it didn't used to be the case. So we have killed the Granddaddy Crab. Now let's continue onward towards Prisoner's Gate. I'll go towards the next waypoint before heading back to town to talk to the people.
When I'm ready, and not before.
That's a dead end. We arrive at the ledge. This area actually used to be a good farming spot back in the day when the game only had 2 acts. People used to farm the ledge because you could just run back and forth between an exit and a waypoint and just keep loading into the zone. And it had decent monster density for the time. Nowadays, I don't think people farm the ledge much at all. There's that waypoint.
You managed to kill a Granddaddy Crab. A pity you couldn't lug it up out of the caves for us. Could have made quite the chowder out of it. No matter. We've got one less reason to fear the dark, and I've got one more thing to thank you for.
Let's ask him about the goatmen.
There's many a way to die in Wraeclast. Most of them are mercifully quick. But you get caught alive by the goatmen, you'll wish by any god you believe in that you hadn't. I've heard some of the more superstitious exiles say there's a deity these goatmen worship. Abarath, Eater of Agony. Sounds like a right bastard if you ask me. So if the goatmen hand you an invitation to go have dinner with the cloven god, tell them where to stick it.
This is actually foreshadowing, because we do encounter Abarath later on, but that's still pretty far down the line.
Stay sharp out there.
Yes? While we live, we are blessed.
While we live, we are blessed. Let's continue through the ledge. There's some lore object over here we can interact with.
The earth of Wraeclast rejects the dead. The black spirit of storm and dream now reaches into the ground and raises up our slain imperial foes. It leads the fallen from their graves and drives them to fight us beyond the end, rotted tooth and jagged nail. Our own remembered have joined their cursed ranks. No longer may we give our beloved to the birds, messengers of spirit to the sky, conveyors of flesh to the earth. Calm has commanded us to destroy our remembered with axe and fire. Calm is the bravest of us, willing to bear the ire of the ancestors for the survival of his people.
It seems Calm tried to fight against the undead by destroying the bodies. This side area here is new to me, actually. This didn't used to be in the ledge.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Cool, there's like a little alcove with a unique goatman boss. Right, we could do this encounter and maybe get a womb gift and get another graft that actually does something. Let's try that.
Guard me!
So we guard Aelith as she tries to close the breach. And she just explodes. Oh wait, that's provisioning. That's just gonna be equipment. I don't need that. Alright, we have another mini-boss, Kuduku, the False God. Now, back in the day, there used to be a meme that if you wanted to 6-link an item, you would have to pay respects to Kuduku and use the fusings over here.
Fate smiles with sharp teeth.
Oh, we're level 10 now. Let me just head to the waypoint.
When I'm ready.
And then equip some new items. At level 12, no, 16 actually, we can use this. Yeah, nothing new until 16 now, I guess. Can I fit my sockets? Probably. I mean, we could have elemental proliferation on this as well, that's fine.
What little help I can...
Do you have spark yet? You do. I'm gonna start leveling the spark. What other supports do we have? I don't see Pierce here, but I might be able to buy that from my hideouts. There we go. In fact, I might as well put... Actually, no. This has the wrong socket colors. That's okay. Hey, Aita. Alright, we are continuing onward to the prison. But I think I'll interact with some more lore objects on the way.
The black spirit infects living flesh and bone. The animals suffered first. Their bodies changed. Their eyes filled with a hatred of mankind that is beyond instinct. Now it is we who must bend and bow like saplings before the sea-born gale. The firstborn of the kingdom of Kaun greeted us this day. The firstborn of the kingdom of Kaun was buried this day. Even our children are not spared the Black Spirit's touch. What have we done to enrage Wraeclast? We look to Kaun. Our king will lay the spirit of this land at peace.
Alright, so Kaun was their king.
The Black Spirit infects.
They call this plague the Black Spirits. I don't know if that's the same thing that's giving them nightmares or not, but it might be. There's no honor without sacrifice. Huh.
When I'm ready, and not before.
We found the prison.
I'd rather burn than call such a place home.
Alright, we have a side objective here. In order to ascend, we need to complete the trials. And that's going to be pretty important. This has some really good voice acted lore dialogue.
In the court of the goddess, every man and woman is deemed worthy of redemption. Though you might be shackled by the tribulations of the past, the trials ahead offer you both freedom and glory. The future is yours, if you're bold enough to reach out for it.
And these trials have a lot of traps in them. But this early one is pretty straightforward. We just run through, wait for the spikes, and then run through. I think we can get past, yeah. Oh, we don't actually need to complete the trials on our second character, I forgot. That's a bit of a shame, because there's really cool short dialogue lines for every trial as well. Damn. We're gonna miss out on that. That's unfortunate. Alright, we're trying to get to Brutus, the warden of the prison, so we can clear the path for the people of Lanai's Watch. And I guess the villagers actually want to talk to us about Brutus before we get there. I should head back to town and listen to that dialogue real quick. Oh, that's gonna ice Nova and freeze me. I think I can tank it though. Yeah. Wait, what? There's a secret passage here. Chemist strongbox. Oh, that's flasks, I think. Yeah, those pretty much stop existing in maps, as far as I can tell. Or maybe they're just super rare. I don't need any of these, though. Alright, we're pretty close to the warden, but I'm gonna head back to town and listen to what they have to say about the caged brutes.
The tale of Brutus was a popular one in the schools of Theopolis, taught in the hopes of deterring students from ambitions not condoned by the Templar. Brutus was warden of Axiom Prison, and one of the most feared men in the Eternal Empire. But there the histories end, and the myth begins, with Brutus commissioning a witch to transform him in a mad attempt at immortality. A moment of hubris that didn't end well for anyone. If it's true, then Brutus has my pity. Some of us pay too dearly for our mistakes. Yet if you insist on learning from your own mistakes, then please, take one of these. You might need it.
We got a support gem. Not one that I need, though. I guess I could get added lightning damage for my Orb of Storms if I have the sockets. I don't have the links for it right now. Hang on, we could change the colors on this. Give me at least 2 blues. There we go. Alright, we're in the warden's quarters.
Ignorance brought you here, sister. To the one place where your talents are free to grow and be truly feared.
Who are you? Chevron's journal.
Still the Karui barbarians advance upon us. Lina is dead. His legion slaughtered, along with every eternal man, woman, and child from Lina's watch to the foot of our axiom. Should the need arise, we shall retreat through Prisoner's Gate, raising my barricade behind us. Yet our salvation is at hand. Foul times demand heroic deeds, and through my arts our Lord Brutus will arise anew to defend us. May the dry sands quench their thirst with Karui blood when our mighty warden delivers his judgment upon them.
Alright, so Chevron is the witch that made Brutus immortal. And apparently the Karui were waging war on the Eternal Empire. And they must have killed Lionai, that general. There seems to be a blood trail heading this way.
Your frightened heart echoes from these stones.
He's a big boy.
Let me embrace you.
I don't think I will let you embrace me. That seems like a dangerous hug.
Embrace you.
Had you been my creation, brute, you'd not have fallen so easily.
Hey, Elite Largo.
My loyal Declan, give Our Lady Piety your absolute support and watch her with absolute scrutiny. There is much to learn from the likes of the Inquisitor, the Umbra, and the Soulless One. I would hate for Piety to feel that she need shoulder such perilous wisdom alone. Dominus.
Dominus is the one that exiled us to Wraeclast.
Dear Chevron, you have certainly had your work cut out for you with Lionai's Legion. Do not concern yourself with Marseilles' complaints. Our Emperor is fully aware of the General's fickle nature. As to your need to accelerate the implantation process, I can recommend a quite simple alteration. Dip the gem in a boiling solution of 6 parts blood and 1 part thaumatic sulfite for no more than 13 seconds. Any longer, and you invite the crystal's wrath. Once the gem is withdrawn from the solution, you have but a few seconds to install the gem in the prepared flesh and close the wound. Should the gem cool too much prior to implantation, it will become inert, and your patient with it. Trust in that bountiful talent of yours, Chevron. My thoughts are with you. Malachi.
So these guys have been experimenting with magical gems in order to experiment on corpses and raise them from the dead, I guess. And they're pretty much the same gems that we use for our skills. Alright, we've cleared the prison. Let's head back to Lionai's Watch and see what they have to say about that.
The warden's free of his own prison. Well, since you're so bloody determined to cheat the britches off death, you'd better have one of these, for luck. And when they write the song about you, just be sure to mention that it was Tarkley who taught you everything you know.
For now, I think I'll take a Clarity Gem, but I'll probably ditch that later.
For some, Death is welcomed with open arms. Did you end Brutus's suffering out of avarice or mercy? Only you know the answer to that one.
Let's ask her about piety.
I can think of only one reason why piety would be here. She's interested in the sickness that pervades this place, the corruption that raises the dead and twists the wildlife into aberrations.
But who is she?
Goodbye.
What now?
Welcome.
Alright.
Stay sharp.
She's the only one who knows about piety.
What a lovely day we're...
We could ask him about Marsyas Lioni, that general.
Marsyas commanded the southernmost of the Eternal Legions, here at Lioni's watch. Why was he called Lioni? Crazy fool had his left eye taken out and a golden-hued gem put in its place.
Ugh.
His head must have made quite a pretty adornment for King Golem's belt.
He took out his eye and put a gem in there instead. That's crazy. Well, we're gonna follow the Emperor's Road.
This is for your own good, sister.
There's Piety again, and she blocks our path. Find another way to the forest. This thaumatic seal seems to require some kind of key, which I don't have yet.
When I'm ready, and not before.
No lore objects in this area, it seems. Not yet, anyway. Alright, we found the ship graveyard. I want to keep putting my points up here.
Dining well.
Calm stands before us and looks out to the raging sea. He sings, calls, screams to our ancestors to come to our aid. He offers them gifts of old, a feast of heart and mind, muscle and marrow, cooked in the fire and rock of this angry land. We have not practiced these ways in so many years. Only in the darkest of times, most desperate of times, do we perform these oldest of rituals. Only here and now may we sacrifice and consume our own. Only in our king can we trust this return to our ancient selves.
Ooh, so the Karui resorted to some ancient dark rituals, and maybe cannibalism as well. There's Captain Fairgraves. Let's talk to him.
Frankly, I would have been surprised if you hadn't recognized me. Yes, 'tis I, Captain Sigmund Fairgraves, wave tamer, pirate bane. and conveyor of civilization to barbaric lands. So what am I doing here, apart from blowing my own bugle? I'm marooned, languishing, thanks to a pair of pretty blue eyes. Stuck fast in the filthy mud of Wraeclast, thanks to one sultry little slave girl. I liberated her from the flesh pits of Trathos, and she repaid me in full with sleight of hand and swift feet. Turned the coat of my first mate, took my hard-earned all-flame, and with it the wind out of me sails. Find my all-flame, I beg of you. Till I feel its warmth again, I'm trapped here, high and dry, until the sun's final setting.
This seems very suspicious, but apparently we're going to help Fairgraves find his all-flame.
I hunted the vagaries of a near-forgotten myth to a shattered cathedral in the Inner Empire. I took the all-flame and encased it within a lantern of pure silver, the only element it seemed incapable of consuming. Oh, the all-flame does many a marvelous thing in the hands of one who knows how to harness its power. Oh, banish any thoughts of using it for yourself. It would burn you alive.
Who's Merveil?
My loveliest neighbor in this most salubrious of neighborhoods. Facing Merveil and finding my all-flame are two mutually exclusive endeavors. I'd much prefer you to live to see your errand fulfilled. Although it is possible that my wayward slave girl fell prey to one of Merveil's slithering progeny. If that be the case, you look resourceful enough to handle a tentacled wench or two. But if Merveil herself has my flame, be very wary. That necklace of hers provides the old siren with some subtle wiles indeed.
Merveil's necklace.
If the history books are to be believed, Doreso the Daring presented the necklace to Merveil on bended knee. And from the moment he placed that little chunk of Wraeclast at her throat, Merveil began to sing. It's told her sweet voice grew to fill even the largest concert halls of Oriath, and brought warmth to even the coldest of hearts. But then she began to change. Her mind and body twisted, as did her songs. Well, the sweetness remained, while the sanity fled. Knowing what little I do about the powers that lie dormant here in Wraeclast, I'd surmise that if you have Merveil's necklace, you have the siren's voice.
May
fair winds favor you.
There's a bit of foreshadowing. Merveil is one of the next bosses here. But we didn't actually get told that we needed to kill Merveil yet. From Lion Eye's Watch, anyway.
Calm is gone. Our king has taken our finest 500 warriors and descended into the depths of Wraeclast. He spoke to us of a vision, a gift from the ancestors. Calm has been deceived. The vision was a gift from the Black Spirit. It has conquered Calm. The Black Spirit has conquered the Karui way. Hyri has made ready her canoes. We will take those that are left, 500 forgotten families, and carry them back to their true homes. Back to Ngā Makanui. Calm's promises have led us into nightmare. Hyri will lead us back to the dawn.
Alright, so Calm has been corrupted by the Black Spirit. I still don't really know exactly what the Black Spirit is, But maybe that'll become clear once I read more dialogue. Or listen to more dialogue.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Oh, we could listen to one more dialogue piece here.
Calm.
No, never mind. We did that one. Never mind. So that's the way forward towards Mervale, but that's not what I wanted to do first. Still, I'll take the waypoints. And go back to town for a bit. We're going for heralds, so let's go this way.
Mervale dwells in the caves beyond the wrecks, at the head of Siren's Cove. Leave her be, and we can only hope that she continues to return the favor. If you must take your chances with the Siren, then have this. It may be of some help. But please, know that you don't have to do this. Tarkley and I are getting used to having you around.
I don't think I need any of these, actually.
Still alive, are we?
Let's ask Tarkley about Mervale.
If you have to quench your curiosity about Mervale, go look at the corsairs that haunt the grave of ships. Like any mother, Mervale's got hungry mouths to feed. Farewell.
Still working on that poem, Exile. Siren's Cove belongs to Mervale. Those butchering buccaneers sailed off that way. The ones that plundered my poor merry gull. 'Twould be poetic justice if they'd stopped off for a sing-along with Mervale's lovely daughters on their way home.
Let's ask him about Captain Fairgraves as well.
Fairgraves? The explorer? No one's seen or heard of him since he set sail for Wraeclast over 30 years ago. So if you're about to tell me that you've met Captain Fairgraves in the flesh, then you've either met a liar or something far, far worse.
Oh, the plot thickens.
What little help I can offer is yours.
Yeah, let's head back to the ship graveyard and try to find the Allflame. It's a bit unfortunate that this League mechanic clutters the map so much with walls and extra monsters. But especially the walls are annoying. They kind of ruin the aesthetic of the area.
When I'm ready, and not before.
We found the slave girl, and there's a boss. Oh, mini-boss. Strangle Charm. Apparently the slave girl is no more, but we have the Allflame. Distilled from naked ambition and unfettered obsession, the Allflame emanates a silvern warmth like no other, and engulfs those moths fool enough to embrace it. Alright, Fairgraves. Here's your Allflame.
My Allflame. My blessed, damned Allflame. Oh, you want your moment of firelight now, do you? Unfortunately, necessity is what it is, and for the Allflame to give life, it must first be kindled with life. And since suitable kindling is in short supply around these parts, I have little option but to make do with what I have. Namely, you.
Oh no, we've been betrayed.
Please understand that as a gentleman of honor, it pains me greatly to do this. Hard times call for hard hearts. I'm sure, were the circumstances reversed, you'd do precisely the same.
And that's how you die properly, sailor boy. No half measures, thank you.
Alright, so we've taken care of Fairgraves. And the townspeople will be happy about that, for some reason.
Fairgraves was a good man, a fine explorer. He opened the door to many a new world, for better or for worse, usually for worse when it came to the natives. There's some peace in the knowledge that he now rests where he should. Let's not speak of Fairgraves again, shall we? He was an inspiration to many. 'Twould be a shame to spoil a good hero.
Oh, this is hush money. They don't want us to tell people about what happened to Fairgraves. I'll take my my 1 skill point. Oh wait, I actually need this connection as well to get to the other Herald node. Well, I'm gonna go for the Golem node as well anyway, so that's fine. Alright, we have to travel through Mervale's caverns.
I gave away my heart on the promise of a lie. I gave away my love for nothing.
Sailor skin. Wait, we can actually read this. Welcome... welcome inland? Maybe? We know or... No, actually it's very hard to read, but it is kind of possible to read this.
Welcome, husband.
Welcome, husband.
We knew in our hearts that you would find us. Come, Doresso. Ambrosia and Amarissa must meet their father. Come, my love. Return to your family.
I think that message was for...
Welcome, husband.
Doresso? Yeah. That message was for Doresso.
I like you better this way. I barely recognize myself. When I'm ready, and not before.
We don't even have the Heralds yet, but we will shortly, so I'm going to start working on the Herald Reservation stuff.
I'm so cold and lonely. Embrace me. I wait for the day's return. Darkness. A good wife.
Ambrosia, daughter of Merveil. That's one of the daughters.
At last, I have so much I wish to share with you.
The music is so good. Right, we found Merveil's lair.
This is love's true face!
This is love's true face, indeed. There's your true face.
Poor fishwife. 'Twas love that did this to you.
I love that line. Poor fishwife. Let's read her diary as well before we go.
Doresso gave me the gem, kissed me, promised that he would be by my side forever. I sang for him. I sang for Oriath with his gem at my throat. Khaleesi's gem, Khaleesi's voice. I sang in her echo, performing arias that had once made the Empire weep. I listened to Khaleesi's lullabies in my dreams. I gave myself to her music, mind and body. Doresso left me for San with a promise to free me from Khaleesi. I begged him not to go, tried to show him the wonder of my transformation, the beautiful daughters he would soon meet. He couldn't see. None of them could see. I fled from their hatred. When Doresso returns, I will cast his cure away. I will teach him what true love is.
So, I guess the necklace that she got from Doresso that made her sing so good was turning her into a siren. She transformed into this creature because of that gem. Like our skill gems, they are magical. But yeah, that's the end of Act 1. We're gonna move on to Act 2. But before I do, I'll take a quick break.
Still some life in this twitching corpse of a continent.